passionate about media, dreaming of telling stories that move the world. Whether you see yourself behind the mic, the camera or the editing set, Majak is your launchpad. Journalist, content creator, filmmaker, photographer, digital media guru. Which one will you be? At the Media Academy for Journalism and Communications Majak, we turn your passion into your profession. Get hands-on in journalism to break the big stories, digital media production to craft viral content, communications to shape messages that move millions, film and photography to tell your vision in every frame. With fully equipped radio and TV studios, modern computer labs and pro-grade cameras, we prepare you for the real world of multimedia. Are you ready to make the headlines? Apply today. We are located at Bakau New Town. You can call us today on 53-31545, 53-31545 or 3725-053, 3725-053. You can email us at communications@majak.gm. Better still, you can visit our website www.majak.gm. Majak, your story, your screen, your future.
Hello viewers, warm welcome to another exciting episode of Chapters here on Majak TV. As always, I am your host, Aja Isatou. Join with me in the studio today is my co-host, Lamin Sane. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Adama. I'm Lamin Sane once again. Here with me we have our amusing guest called the Ambitious Poetess. May I allow her to introduce herself?
Hello everyone, I am Aja Isatou and known as Sawo by my people in my area back in Basse, alias the Ambitious Poetess.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
So, you're going to tell us how your journey started as a poet.
I started public speech since I was in nursery.
Okay.
But then people used to write for me speech.
Okay.
So that's how I continued from nursery, primary, until junior to senior. So I started poetry when I was in grade 12.
Grade 12?
Yeah.
Which year?
That was in 2023.
Okay, not long ago.
Yeah. So I started writing at that point in time, but started recording in 2024.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Oh wow, that was quite amusing from our ambitious guest.
Sure.
Aisha, would you like to tell us what inspired you into poetry?
Well, people around me inspired me into poetry because when I was how to call it again, when I was so into public speaking, people were like, your voice is very good, why not you go into poetry? But then I was like, I love poetry though. So I used to take people's poem and recite in the assembly, was also engaged in drama. So then I was like, but I cannot write my own poem, so I don't know where to start. So then came this guy by the name Omar Drame, known as Boy. He's a creative designer. So he introduced me to poetry.
Okay.
He told me that in his works, which I will never forget, no one was born with a pen.
Sure.
So he told me that he also started writing step by step. So he said that writing is a gradual process. So you need to start from somewhere to know where you're going to. He said, okay, first you have to brainstorm on a title, and then whatever comes to mind, just write it down.
Sure.
Write it down. So my first poems were about my mom and dad.
Okay.
Yeah, but I didn't memorize the poem. It was just like, they were just like speeches.
So you write a poem or a speech, as you said, and then you didn't memorize it, and it's for your parents. How come?
I was like, in the near future, I'm going to record a better one.
Okay.
For my mom and dad.
Inshallah.
Yeah.
I know you can do it. You have the voice. You have the talent. So in one of your poems, like there is this poem that is talking about skin bleaching, right? You wrote it.
Yeah.
It's your own poem.
Yeah.
How did the idea come?
Well, looking at society, seeing how people bleach their skin, bleach their lips, sometimes looking at their skin self.
It's for sexiness. As they said, Emil, am I not right? Even Emil will want a fair lady. You know?
Not the one who bleached it.
You want the natural one.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
They say muskoyo sasa boro, but
Yes.
now for ye balo hesa,
Give us that poem. Give us that poem. We want to hear it.
Okay, it starts like this. Stop the skin bleaching. My dear sisters, let's stop the skin bleaching, for it is dangerous to our health. Stop bleaching and changing your skin from dark skin color to multicolor. It's really funny. It's funny seeing my sisters bleaching their skin, and instead of looking white and beautiful, they look more like an ugly duckling.
Wow.
Instead of looking beautiful, they look more like an ugly duckling. So my dear sisters, stop bleaching and changing your skin color. Iko muskoyo sasa boro. Bari ma fo ye balo hesa. Itambito fue kasungkang.
Hey, boy.
A man might want a fair in complexion woman, but won't be so blind to marry a bleaching woman. Go to Senegambia at night. You will see a sight in front. Unko, suto Senegambia kamunta ko nakala Johnson.
Hey, boy.
Ika sister soldier inila nail sol ko basanyajaw.
Sheesh.
Inila changalol ko ashaw professional. Inila meso ko buandi malbal. Ibe fata rin sa ate kono ko kumuru malbalu. Kentem for iPhone ni nafulu.
Okay.
Wow.
Pray for
That is amazing. Hazelland, Kalian, right?
Wow. And then,
Any comment?
kumburi malbalo. And anyway, Aja, that was wonderful. Taking back to the one that inspired you, the man you mentioned, will I say he's the one you look up to in poetry?
Yeah, I looked up to him, but now he's not more into writing. He's more into creating flyers and all that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have to go back to that poem again because it is a very important poem. There is a powerful message.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you did not really tell us do you see someone who is doing the skin bleaching stuff?
I see.
You decide to write it. Someone related to you. I mean,
Really?
obviously you are seeing people out there.
Yeah.
But maybe you see someone who is related to you and the person is doing it, or you see someone whom you know that the skin has already started damaging, stuff, something like that, and then you decide to write a poem, or you just sit, think, and write it.
Not just no, I've not seen relatives bleaching their skin. I just say some people, and then with this bleaching skin, the fingers look how they look. They put their hands on the food that we eat. That is just it doesn't tell. It's not good to our health. So.
So this is like an educative message. You're trying to educate people what skin bleaching really does in our skins, right? So Emma, I hope
Yes,
in future when you're marrying you
No.
you
The fact that you made mention ko musikoyo sasaboro, right?
Yes.
Yes. Fine, it could be, but then you also mentioned like no man will be blind to choose somebody who bleach. Yeah.
but
I mean
it's your
that is
gender. Your gender. They will be like kidi fu ñuul de. Sometimes they motivate you. Yes. Sometimes you people, you always motivate us.
Ni finta mbafale fintale. Ha. Ni finta. Mbafale fintale, but mbafale yemu. So, but anyway, Aja, that was wonderful.
Exactly.
That was
sure.
really
powerful
amusing,
message,
right?
yeah.
It's a message for our sisters out there because nowadays,
Not
especially
only our sisters, even our brothers.
Okay.
Did you know that? Even our brothers are into it.
Okay, fine. And then especially you mentioned about Senegambia, Johnson, Changal and other stuff. So it's more related to the sisters. That is why I said especially nowadays our sisters.
Yeah.
So moving forward, Aisha, since you start that poem, since you write that poem, have you recorded or do you face any personal attack from anybody about that poem?
Well, I recited it at the assembly, So I was like, after the poem, I was like, please don't come and attack me after this poem, because I know there were sisters who were bleaching. But then many people approached me, they were like, stop this being bleaching, some of these people are bleaching this, but no one attacked me to fight with me.
Okay. So as a poet, when you into the journey, there are always challenges that one faces.
Yeah.
What are some of the challenges that you face since you started poetry?
Well, I faced a lot of challenges. First, it has to do with finance. Still, I'm going through that. That's why I can't record most of my poems. But I do use my phone at times if I really need to record. Like I'm desperate to record. At times, I use my phone and then release it out there. And also about my physique, about my height and my size.
Okay.
People will be like, you are so small, you're so short. You know, all that. And these words, you know, they hurt, especially to an emotional person. So I've been hearing stuff like that. Sometimes I encourage myself and be like, they didn't create you, Allah created you. So people are meant to talk. Let their words not get to you. At times, sometimes they get to me, but then I encourage myself back. And then rise again.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Emma, one thing I believe in what she's saying is that when you're into something and you love doing that thing, people will talk, be it negative or positive.
Yeah.
But what I believe is that when you're doing something and people are talking about the negative side of you, don't mind them. Because you already know what you have in you. You already know that you got the talent. Continue doing what you want to do and let them talk. The more they talk, the more other people will inspire you, the more others will motivate you to continue doing it. Is it not like that?
Yeah, sure.
For sure.
Yeah, I think that is very, very obvious. And then viewers, please do not judge the book by the cover. She might be short, she is short, or whatsoever the physical size, but that doesn't determine what she has. The stuff matters.
Exactly.
And then the finance is one of the key most of the Gambian young rising poets are facing right now.
Sure.
Right? So philanthropists out there, please sponsor these people. Right? So again, with that, without the misjudgments or basically on their judgments and then the finance, do you have any other obstacles that you are going through?
No. Those are the main obstacles that I'm facing.
Okay. So Gam poetry. You know, Gambia, we have this poetry association. How do you see it now? Do you see yourself in the Gam poetry? Because there are poets out there, they are not seeing themselves as
In the industry.
Gambian people doing poetry. Do you see yourself in Gam poetry?
As long as I am in the Gambia, I am a poetess. I write my own poems, I recite out there, and sometimes attend poetry shows, do collabs with other poets. I'm a poet in the industry.
So how do you see the industry?
It's too competitive. A lot of people. That's why sometimes I just sit back and then watch, and then see what others has to do.
Why should you sit back? You're doing poetry as they are doing it. You are writing, they are writing. Why should you sit back, fold your hand, and watch that?
You know, I'm not so into conflict. So if I see people are beefing one another, I just be like, oh, that's not my problem. I'm into poetry because I want to be happy. I want to relieve my pain. I'm not out there to go and be beefing one another. That's not my thing. Okay. So I just sit back.
Aisha, I've been willing. I want to ask you this question, but then you now come to a point that you said you are not into conflict. I wanted to ask, during your poetry journey, have you ever found yourself in any conflict situation? And if yes, what did you do?
No, I have not found myself in any conflicting situation. Actually, I'm not the going out type that much. Yeah, so I barely attend these poetry shows, and it's only once in a while I attend poetry shows and poetry meetings.
Why? Is it that they don't used to invite you, or you don't want to go?
No, I'm invited, but I'm not dependent. I'm independent, so if my parents allow me, I can go. You know, most of these poetry shows end by probably 9, 10.
Yeah.
So by 8, my dad start calling me, and you see.
Then you start rushing home. That's another issue. That's another topic also to discuss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because young people out there doing poetry, most of them, these are one of the number one challenge that they are facing. Our parents out there, they don't allow their kids to go out, to go to events, poetry events, to participate. Because when you're doing things, like for me, I am not a poetess though, I always say it, but I love writing and I love reciting poems.
Why not you see yourself as a poet already?
Because I am not a good writer. I am not a good writer.
Okay.
That's why. But I love reciting poems and I enjoy poetry a lot. Whenever I had poetry show, like if the person did not invite me and I got the money, I will buy the ticket, go watch. I like poetry. I love poetry itself, you know. So when I started doing poetry during my junior school, that was one of the first challenge I faced. Because I was not staying with my parents, I was staying with my cousins. So whenever we have events and like the event, they will be like, you will go, but before 5 you will come back. You come back home. And sometimes event will start by 5. Before the end, maybe it will be around 9, 10, 11. But then he realized that this girl loved poetry. Because whenever he told me come back around 5, I would say, yes, okay. When I went, now I'm back. That's it, because there's something always in me that is telling me that the passion is there. Yeah. So you cannot stop me from doing what I want. Yes, you usually take permission from them, but tell them the actual truth. Like, I am going, but the event will probably end by 9 or 10. Don't you think that will also help? Yeah.
Sometimes the distance too, they will be like, it's far, you cannot go there, and maybe getting a vehicle, it will be late.
It will be difficult.
So I think about that too.
That is quite true. Honestly, especially a girl child in this country, you know, we are country ruling by a culture most of the time. People think about culture a lot, and sometimes I will not say overprotective, because basically they know what they are doing, right? But then I think you yourself that is involved in this, you should also able to know how to convince your parents to pursue your passion, right?
Sure.
Because passion is anything you're doing is led by a passion, right? If you have a passion in it, no matter what, you move ahead with it. So again, Aisha, back to the questions again. We want to know, right? We want to know you said you started poetry in your grade 12, right? So I want to know, how do you balance poetry and your academic at that stage? Because Gambia here, if you said I'm in grade 12, that pressure alone, being grade 12 is a pressure. Yeah, so how do you balance these two?
Actually, it was hectic. At times I will place my book here, my government book or my literature book, and then I'll place an exercise book. So when I read my my notes, and then when I just come up with lines, I just write it down, recite, pack it. Then I was
You're
it
in
was
between.
crazy, but I was doing it, and then Alhamdulillah, I recorded my first ever single poem, and it's my favorite.
Okay, so your favorite. We will take a short commercial break. When we return, we continue with that.
Are you passionate about media? Dreaming of telling stories that move the world? Whether you see yourself behind the mic, the camera, or the editing set, Majak is your launchpad. Journalist, content creator, filmmaker, photographer, digital media guru. Which one will you be? At the Media Academy for Journalism and Communications, Majak, we turn your passion into your profession. Get hands-on in journalism to break the big stories, digital media production to craft viral content, communications to shape messages that move millions, film and photography to tell your vision in every frame. With fully equipped radio and TV studios, modern computer labs, and pro-grade cameras, we prepare you for the real world of multimedia. Are you ready to make the headlines? Apply today. We are located at Bakau New Town. You can call us today on 5331-545, 5331-545, or 3725053, 3725053. You can email us at communications@majak.gm. Better still, you can visit our website www.majak.gm. Majak, your story, your screen, your future.
Okay, welcome back, viewers, here on Chapters Majak TV. And then we are back in the studio again with the ambitious
Ambitious
poetess.
poetess.
So Aisha, I remembered before we go for the break, you made mention of your favorite poems, right? So we will want to hear that.
Actually, let me talk about the story behind the poem.
Okay, it's fine.
Yeah, and then I can recite.
But I hope it is not emotional.
It's emotional, dude.
Because
I'm that emotional type.
Yeah, obviously.
I'm more into talking about pain when it comes to poetry.
Okay.
Yeah, so
let somebody not cry.
The title of the poem?
Invisible Girl.
Invisible Girl.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Invisible.
Let's go.
So because of how people see me, I've been facing this challenge ever since I was in primary 1. People are looking at me, oh, you're so short, you're so small for this grade, look at you. Sometimes I'll cry and I'll be like, okay, it's okay, it's okay. As I move the same thing again, I'll cry, okay, it's fine, it's fine. So because of how I am, people underrate me, they don't consider me. It's only when I show up myself, like in drama. In my school, I'm popularly known as the drama doll, I would say, because I'm so into drama. I can act on stage, off stage, I act, and then I report news at the school too. So I was popularly known as someone we know that is so into public speaking. And then I was also a counselor in my school, so I was known as baby counselor because I was the smallest in my school, and most of the time when I join these associations, I'm mostly the smallest or the shortest. Okay. So like I do face challenges. The people will like, oh, we are not seeing you. You are just so, all this kind of verbal abuses.
It's
so
difficult.
Yeah.
It's
so
painful.
I wrote that. A stanza about it, and then listen to my favorite artists, what they have, like what they faced in life, and then they wrote it as a song. So I took some like an inspiration, wrote it down, and then sometimes I'll be on my bed, my pillow as my comforter. I'll cry my eyes out and then encourage myself. So all that is part of the poem, and then I also included my favorite people in this piece. In the poetry industry, we have Omar Champion Cham and Cherno Gay. These are my favorite. Okay. And then we have other artists. There's the Ghanaian artists. We have King Promise, Kwame Eugene. We also have Gambian writers like Subject to Juf. Yeah, so I included these people because they inspire me. Okay. They inspire this poem.
Okay. Yeah. We're waiting for the poem.
Yes,
okay.
We want to hear.
So, the title of this poem is Invisible Girl. Okay. I am that girl with the name tag invisibility, looking up to the world for visibility. But no, the world cannot see my visibility till I progress and conquer success to access their assets. I am that invisible girl who strives hard through my tribes, no, not ending lives for my motives. See, sometimes I just want to be alone, be locked up like Goldilocks, think like Tinkerbella, smile like Bondita, sing like Cinderella, rock like Rockstar from Ghana, promise myself like in promise, bend down my thoughts like Savage Juf. I must admit I am under the spell of poetry. Come on. I just want to show the world that I can be visible, incredible, meticulous, mysterious, and of course, ambitious. Hey, listen. I'm now ready to show the world that I am a true definition of ambitious. I'm ready to be that little miss who can miss every evil thing coming my way. They say I'm crazy, probably not changing, but yeah, that's okay. On the contrary, speaking of me, I'll let them be, because this poem is my anthem. Now let me abbreviate, just so you can relate. No, not manipulate, but to congratulate, so we can jubilate. And here comes my favorite part. Well, just like his Daniel, I live the life that I love, and I love the life that I live. Like Ruga, I continue to cook that thing. Like Rema, I drop the banger. Like Kwame Eugene, I didn't come here to play. Like Cherno Gay, I'm not gay. And like Omar Champion Cham, I'm more than a champion.
Oh, you're more than a champion. Indeed, you are more than a champion. You know, Emel, she already made mention of the reason why she write the poem, right?
Yes, yes.
So I want to know, emotionally, the time you were writing the poem, for sure, maybe you might be alone. How do you feel? What were the imagination that you were seeing? Like sometimes when you're writing a poem, you imagine a lot of things.
Yeah.
So tell us.
Visual.
So I was imagine like I'm ambitious, yeah, very ambitious, quite ambitious. So I'm gonna show the world that no matter what happened, no matter how they see me, like Kiss Daniel, I'm going to live my life to the fullest, and then they cannot underrate me to see me down there. I'm going to rise up, and I'm going to, just like Champion Champ, I'm going to show the world that I can be more than a champion.
Were you under pressure the time you were writing the poem?
I was not under pressure.
You were happy?
Yeah.
writing
Yes,
the poem?
Adama, I honestly am very, very emotional right now because the depression and frustration has led her to write this poem.
Sure,
right?
sure.
And she made mention, like, basically the story behind the poem. So when you looked at that, you tend to see this poem is for herself. And
Not only for herself.
Yes, and then
but there are people out there.
yes,
They're facing the same thing.
so disability is not inability,
Inability,
right?
yeah.
People should understand this. And Aisha, like my Adama said about the pressure or whether what you feel. I know when you were writing this poem, you were visually seeing yourself in the story,
Sure.
right? And then you made mention of Champion Jam. You made mention of the other man, John Reggae. Yeah. So, what make you think these people? What make you put in your what made you put them in your stanza?
Because they are my favorites in the poetry industry. So I thought like I tried by all means to get their numbers.
Okay,
so
where
they can help me.
okay, were they facing similar challenge that you were going
I'm not
through?
sure. I'm not sure
okay.
about their story.
Okay, okay.
But then I said I want to be like them. In fact, more than them.
More than sure.
Yeah.
Obviously. You can do it. And I know you will do it. So, Emel,
Yes.
when you see this,
No, let me ask this question first before the game.
no, there's nothing like ask question because it's already a game and we are used to it, of course. Our guest. So this is a game. There are words in there. You're gonna pick one word. Whatever the word is, you're gonna begin a stanza. Or maybe 2 line or 3 line. Yes. It's okay. I mean, there's no excuse.
Okay,
You're gonna
so-
play the game today. Oh,
You will start me?
yes, you will start, of course.
I think I will be the last time. Yeah.
There's something like last year, Emma.
Yeah, madam.
Fasting, it's Ramadan.
And then
Wow.
in the holy month of Ramadan.
Fasting, it's Ramadan.
Come on, we are listening. We're waiting.
That is the whole. Okay, let me do this.
Okay.
Fasting. Help us in self-restraint. When we talk about fasting, we not just restraining ourselves from hunger, but also increasing our good deeds in this month of Ramadan. That's just
That's perfect. That's perfect, Emma. You're trying to
No,
run away.
no, yes, but yours first, I know. And then, yes.
Okay, let's see.
And if there's any way, because we always say ladies first, so yeah.
In this game, there is nothing like ladies first. But because you're running, so we're just gonna help him, right?
Yeah.
We're just gonna help him. Okay, I'm having
Mother.
Mother.
Why not?
So I would dedicate this poem to my mother.
Wow.
Yeah. So here it goes. Juróom ñeneenti weer sama yaay mu ngi ma ëmb mu ngi boole mettit ak bànneex ba bés bu yàlla teg ko matu ay yaay bés boobu metti na lool I feel like not putting you in pain, not knowing you are sacrificing your life for me. That is why the great rapper ST says, Ninke kanongo pisalta duta fa duta ka wura ka poena. I love you, mommy.
I'm touched.
That is good. So, no, now, must I do it?
Yes.
Must be
Hey. Okay. Please, no laughing, yeah?
No.
Okay.
No cheating, MF.
No.
Yes.
No cheating. I just.
Let's see.
Education.
Okay.
Okay. But first, I will ask: Is any sentence a poem? Yes. I mean, will it matter if it doesn't rhyme?
It's okay if it doesn't rhyme.
Okay. Education. Here it goes. They said education is the key to success. But today in the Gambia, we have many graduates out there that are suffering. Where is the success of their education? And here I stop.
This one will be a poem.
I have told you that.
Anyway, it's great. It's a good one. I think you should continue writing this poem, Emma.
Yes.
Next time we are here, you have to complete this poem.
Okay.
Right? It's a promise.
Give this paper for me then.
It's a promise that you promise our viewers out there.
Yeah.
Right?
All right.
Okay, so we will allow you to share your last words with our viewers.
Yes. Before your last word, I will want to ask you this. What are the rewarding parts of your challenge? The obstacles you encountered. At the end of the day, what do you receive? What is the rewarding part?
Well, I've seen people who want to help me. Some will want to record. They want me to record for free, like in their studios. There's this particular guy by the name Barham. He's a poet, and he's trying to support other poets who are into poetry, like reciting poems, more into how do we call it? More into spoken word poem. So this guy is willing to help me to record my own poems. Even if I want to pay him at times, he will say an amount that I will not be able to pay, and at that I will just have to leave it as that.
Okay.
So, and then I come across people who encourage me. They keep texting, telling me, I love your poems, I love your voice, I would like you to help me. So that is encouraging me to continue.
For sure.
That's great.
Yeah, for sure. So we are running out of time. We will allow you to say your final wishes and your final words to people out there who are facing similar things.
Yes,
okay.
and please, it is remembered. It is live, so and then it is going far, right? You can say whatsoever you feel like to say, especially if you are in need of help and support. You can mention those things there in your final word, and the advice you will have for the rising poet, the upcoming poet.
At first, about my poetry career, I would love people out there, philanthropists, the government, people who you know that they have finance, they are capable enough to support poets like me who have financial issues, to help us to get to the studio, record as much poems as possible, launch albums. That's why some of us cannot launch an album. Yeah. So I would like you people out there to please help us, because we want to be heard. Yeah. And also to my fellow poets, be it a rising poet, uprising, incoming, any poet is a poet.
Yeah.
So the first message I want to put across is that stop using AI. I call them the AI poets.
Yeah.
Use AI to help you write a poem, and then it will just put it there for you. You copy and paste and then tell people that it's your poem. You go out there and recite, and then you don't want to use your brain. A good poet, you use your brain, brainstorm, write on ideas, whether it rhyme or not. It's not by force to rhyme in poetry. So use your brain and use your brain and then brainstorm and write. So if you have to use AI, just use it as a guide. If you don't understand a particular title, use AI and then it will guide you, and then from there you draw inspiration and write your own poems.
Sure.
But making AI poems as your poem, that's not a good thing.
You heard that, right? Okay. Emil,
Yes, I think that is a good advice. Probably she is not asking you not to use AI, but not exactly depending on AI. You need to brainstorm your coconuts, right?
Yeah,
you need to bring the idea by yourself. You write it for yourself. Maybe then if you can put it to AI to correct your errors, that is okay. But you telling AI to write a poem for you and then going out there for competition, I don't think you're being fair to yourself.
Sure.
So
and
basically,
you will not in fact be a good poet.
yeah.
Well, viewers, this brings us to the end of the program, but don't forget to subscribe on all our social media handles. Bye for now.